I'm back. So Heather was excited and came in. She got a lot of stuff that was sent to her on Amazon, and she was showing it to me, and she accidentally stepped on the power wire, and it everything died. Hey guys, I'm back. The whole everything turned off because I have a computer from Europe, and the connection with the wall is so terrible that you could, if we had an earthquake, it would all die. Your Andre R34 question. No, I didn't get to, so anything I didn't respond to, just say it again. Anything I missed or didn't respond to, because I'm trying to respond to everyone, just say what you want me to respond to again. Sorry. Yeah. I have an Alienware Area 51 R2. I think they're on R4 or R5 by now. I got it back in 2015. You wish they added the Rivera Camaro in Heat. What do you mean added? Like as a actual drivable car? Can you only get it through like mods and stuff? Everyone's coming back. So, I'm sorry, guys. Heather feels bad. I told her it's okay. It's a great computer. The CPU is not perfect. It is a little outdated, but the GPU is awesome. It's a GTX Titan X, and it still holds up. It can't do 4K stuff, and it would probably struggle with VR, but it's fine. Rip the old stream. Nah, it's fine. Are you coming back? Hi. It's all fixed.
Come back to break it again.
No, please don't.
I wasn't trying to.
I know you weren't. It's okay.
Hey, gave the people a couple minutes not to watch you.
You spared them from dealing with me. Is that what you're saying?
No.
I am going to order the Chinese. They all where the wire is. I said stand here. Everyone's saying it's okay, Heather. We forgive you. Alexis says, my brother has a 1997 Z28 and cranked it up to 130 on a residential road. Well, that sounds fun. The Camaro in Heat is a 67. And there's a 2015 Z28. I like the 2015 Z28. Should I order the Chinese food while you're here? I'm being told to. I'm not even using streaming software. I'm just using the built-in YouTube webcam stuff. Stuff.
Because you have the numbers and stuff, and I don't.
I have credit cards.
Yeah.
Edwardsville. Okay. What am I doing?
Messing up.
I remember what they were called.
Don't you have a football? Oh yeah.
Not on this computer.
Oh, I could have gone on your other computer.
You could have, actually.
Maybe I should.
So what should?
Want your normal spicy with white rice?
Yeah. Are you going to order it on your computer or my computer?
Yeah, your computer downstairs.
The computer downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Just take my wallet.
Okay.
This is a bad idea.
See ya.
I'm going to get like a phone call from my bank in like 10 minutes. You've had like an unauthorized $1,000 purchase. You just gave me a look saying it's going to be more than that. All right, anyways. Heavenly Gamer 19, what's up? Thanks. I enjoy making the videos. S15 is God, changed my mind. Well, I can't think of a compelling argument for that. S15 is a good car. The 4th gen Camaro is overshadowed by the 90s Mustang and 90s JDM. 90s JDM is kind of prime time, though. It's hard to beat that. Bugatti Veyron is basically just a VW Beetle on steroids. Changed my mind. Yeah. I'm almost willing to believe the VW Beetle looks better than the Veyron, though. Not that that's saying much. Coincidence? I think not. Isn't that from The Incredibles? 1997 F-body at 130. Speaking of Chinese, I'm going to my local Chinese restaurant soon. I'm hungry for some sweet and sour chicken with fried rice. I like to get basically General Tso's chicken most of the time. And I'll usually have like white steamed rice and stuff. I'm getting hungry thinking it's a good thing she's going to order food. Yeah. Weird fact about General Tso's chicken. It actually is a real Chinese food dish in China, but it's not quite as widely recognized in China as it is in the US, and it's actually quite different too. Like the basic components are the same, but they're still quite different. So before the stream crashed, what other questions did I miss? You prefer the VW W12 Nardo over the Bugatti Veyron. What is the V12 Nardo? W12 even, because I can't read. Oh my God. That looks like a Volkswagen version of the... Oh, I had a Hot Wheels miniature version of this car. This car was real? Was this put into production? Oh, it was a concept car. Oh, I always thought this car was really cool. You guys can't see this, but look up VW W12 Nardo. That's actually really cool. How do you feel about how credible your R34, my claim about his car? I know my claim is credible. At this point, I've seen his VIN, and I've seen the ad for his R34, and I've seen a whole lot of other information that doesn't look good for him. I'm not going to do anything with it. The video I made is the only video I'm going to make on that whole situation. I just use his name to draw people in and educate anyone that's willing to learn. Obviously, there are going to be people that aren't be willing to learn, and that's their problem, not mine. But because some people are just like, I don't care about illegal cars, and well, people who don't care don't really need to have a say. This is for people who care. It's not exactly an elitist group either. What did you do with the cops? Why are you making cops run over spike strips? Are you talking about a video game? I'm just going to assume you're talking about a video game. Feel like I've missed something here because the last message before that is you talking about sweet and sour chicken. Akio Asakura, I see. As long as you can appreciate and enjoy other cars as well instead of being stuck on... You can respect and appreciate other cars, but there's nothing wrong with having favorites. I mean, I have favorites. I have a lot of favorites, but if you like only a certain type of cars, like if you like only tuners or only muscle cars or whatever, there's always going to be people out there that are like that, and there's nothing wrong with liking those things. Because at the end of the day, we're all basically enjoying the same thing as a whole, which is being an automotive enthusiast or a car guy or a gearhead or a... What are they called in the UK? Heather, it's called China King. Heather's in the chat. Say hi to Monkey for me, because that's Heather. The 90s LT1 is on par with the likes of a bone stock Supra. I feel like the bone stock Supra is not the most impressive car in the world, truth be told. It doesn't even look that good to me. No offense to people who think otherwise, but it's just not my cup of tea. My personal opinion, it's just basically a 4-seat C4 Corvette. Change my mind. I'm not going to try to change any of your guys' minds, no matter how wacky your opinions are. I thought the Veneno was interesting. It's basically, to me, it was basically an Aventador on steroids, and I thought it was really cool. It's a little mainstream now because you see them all the time in Forza Horizon 4, so I'm a little sick of seeing them. But outside of that, in real life, the Veneno is really cool. I don't know how we can really define... Why are we arguing about futuristic cars? Have I missed something here? Yeah, you were talking about Need for Speed Heat. Good thing, Lil Mike, I thought you stole some chicken and were running from the police and you were doing fancy maneuvers while texting and driving. Another thing I don't condone. We do not condone the thievery of chicken, running from the cops, or texting and driving. M3 GTR is daddy. Yeah. I will concede that. Petrolhead, thank you. Thank you. Skyline GTR is Japanese muscle. Yeah. Godzilla. It's been the reigning king. It's been a symbol of JDM for a long time. Found a loophole. Wanted R34 GTR. We need that weird bird meme where the bird goes, "Listen here, you little shit." What is that even from? Yeah, I don't know if it's a beautiful. It depends on how you define beautiful. I feel like, from my point of view, from a certain point of view, Obi-Wan Kenobi style, Lamborghinis aren't necessarily meant to be beautiful. I'd say Ferraris are beautiful, but Lamborghinis are something else. Aggressive, wacky, crazy, pantomime, all these other things. Wild. Ferraris are things you appreciate. Lamborghinis are things you lust after, basically. Have you ever heard of the Chiron 18 by 13? I can't pronounce that. Or El Mirage? All pretty cool cars. Well, I can Google it. I've heard of it now. Power of Google. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That is a wild looking Bugatti. I like how I can still kind of tell it's a Bugatti. El Mirage. That sounds familiar. Let's look at that. Oh, I've seen these before. I know nothing about that one. All right, you go take your shower. All right. It's an LS1 and goofy front clip, but the 1998 to 2002 Camaro is kind of fugly. I haven't looked. Which one are you referring to? 2000 Camaro. Oh yeah, that Camaro. I see a lot of those at street races. They sound cool. I saw an old guy in one a few years back, kicking everybody's ass in the streets. What is Heather texting me about now? She's asking if she can use my bank card. I handed her my wallet. She can use anything that's in there. Imagine texting and driving in heat. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing when I'm live streaming and stuff, playing that game. Heather, did you really just ask me how much the chicken is in the stream chat? Get the spiciest option. And I'm almost tempted to go downstairs and just help her finish the order. Do you mind if I just do that really quick so that she can get this over with? I think I'll be right back. I should have just done this myself instead of making poor Heather do this. I hit the mic. My lady. You've never done this before, so I was just making sure. Okay. I'm fine, yeah. On that front. You pick. Apparently, I underestimated Heather. Heather's my fiance. Akio Asakura. Okay. New merch idea. Loophole R34 GTR t-shirt. Oh my God, that's a great idea. I don't have any merch, but that would be so funny. Or it could just be that meme when the ad says state titled R34. Can you say I'm the Dion Beckman? You are the Crumpet King. I don't know what that means. I hope I'm not going to regret that later. Yo, Tom, I didn't see the answer to the question. By the way, this theme is my profile picture. I started an IG called Bueno. It's my project car. I think it's a little more unique. Any opinion on your project car? Well, let's take a look. I'll just head to your Instagram right now. Yo, Instagram, please say I'm still logged in, for the love of God. I am. 2002 Suzuki Baleno US spec. And this is your project car? I think this would be you can definitely do a lot of neat things with this. Especially if you're doing like a sleeper build. I don't know what I would pick for a sleeper build. I feel like I'd accidentally pick a car that everyone would expect to be super fast. But I like builds on simple cars. Like if I had more freedom of choice when I was getting my first car, I would have been tempted to get an EM1 Civic Si and do some kind of build with that. I have so much money to spare as well as compared to buying a 17 WRX. Did a walk around. Oh, you disappeared. Yeah, you definitely have to start somewhere. I started this channel in 2017 and I didn't hit 1,000 subscribers until 2019 or 2018. Was it 2018? It took a while. It took some patience. And plus, this is my third YouTube channel ever. I've had a lot of goes at making YouTube channels. It's a heck of a story. It's the whole reason why I'm already pretty familiar with this, considering the channel is so young. People say that I have to like rally drift and circuit, but I only like street racing because everything else is just boring laps around a dull track. You do you, man. And I'm sure there are plenty of other people out like you. Might take a while to find people that are like you. I know that's an issue for me, but there are definitely people out there that are like you. Surround you with people that build you up, not take you down. You have a 2002 Camaro Z28 35th anniversary. You have it, and it's one of your dream cars. Hey, congrats. That's probably really fun to drive. What are the next mods for the WRX that you're thinking of doing? Well, I definitely want to put a wing on. I'm either going to put an S209 wing on or some kind of APR wing. APR is a lot more expensive than S209, which is just the official Subaru STI wing. Not the normal STI wing, because I don't want to put that on. And then after that, I don't know. Aesthetic stuff or turbo kit? I don't know. There's a big difference there, but aesthetic stuff would be wrap and body kit. Performance stuff would be turbo kit and removal of the catalytic converter. My dream is to build a 1993 Camaro with a 650 horsepower ProCharge 383 stroker LT1 and make it stupid fast. 4L80E, truck transmission. Sounds like you've been researching that for a while. I think that would be really cool. She ordered the Chinese. I just got emailed the receipt. Thanks, needed that sound clip. Oh boy. People have already made memes out of my face. Please follow. I can follow you. I'll follow you right now. Everyone give Baleno_LVR a follow. That would outrun a ZL1. What would outrun a ZL1? The Alexis's dream car. That would outrun a lot of stuff, man. My friend is currently selling his R34 Z-Tune 001 in Australia. I know that car. That's the one in Melbourne, isn't it? A 2016 car. That's probably selling for what? 400, 500,000? I doubt he's taking for anything less than that. Can you greet my German friend? Oh, I'm going to struggle with saying your name's friend correctly. Rudy Osbudel. You're going to have to coach me on how to say his name. It would be funny if I would prank my... It would be funny if I pranked my parents changing the engine of a Volkswagen Beetle. Honestly, that'll be an interesting build. You were a follower since I had 10K subs. And this is my second channel. Yeah. I don't know whether I should tell my story of how I got into YouTube. I've been doing YouTube stuff since it was perfect. Oh, let me do it again just so I do it a little better. Hello to NK's German friend, Rudy Osbudel. Sup? Shout out to you. Here's a good idea for a prank, Alberto Ocasio, that you reminded me of. So my cousin has a V6 Challenger with all sorts of add-ons and options on it, and it's very nice and it looks very cool. And I had the devious idea of, at one point, tricking her to going out to do some errands because she doesn't live that far away, and making it where she has to take a different car. And while she's out, we swap her car with something like an all-black Hellcat and get her parent to tell her, hey, Tom did you a favor and upgraded your car, which would already freak her out, and start it and have her freak out even more and go, what did you do to my car? And see whether she even could tell if we just replaced the cars or if she would think I actually modified it. Who knows? But I thought that would be a great, horribly devious prank. I just need to find an all-black Camaro, Challenger, Hellcat, or something like that, or even just an RT, just something with a V8, just so that she can tell that when it starts, it's different. You want to drop in an LSX 454? I think the LSX is interesting. The LSX was introduced to me actually a long time ago, like back in 2012. How many of you have heard of the LSX Willys Jeep? It's basically an army Jeep with no seatbelts or anything like that, with an LSX engine in it. And it was ridiculously fast. It was outrageous. And then I started researching Chevy crate engines and things like that, and that was how I came across the LSX. I've considered trading the WRX for cars in the past, but I don't think I ever actually will, even though there are a lot of cars I really want really badly. That happens to me a lot, Lil Mike. My Chinese places often close a lot sooner than I thought they would. And haunted by ghosts. My goodness. I've priced my builder.
Push the button.
No, please don't. It will die again. I've priced.
Hey, your dad called you.
Yeah, I'll call him back.
He's more fun to talk to than you.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. At least.
Do I have to sign when they come?
You probably can. You can probably forge my signature pretty easily.
Oh, so you do have to sign when they come?
Usually.
Oh.
I mean, I'll probably end this when it gets here.
Okay.
Or
you get no Chinese food.
Why not?
I'll give it away.
To who?
The neighbor next door.
I've priced my build to around $20,000. That's pretty affordable, actually. I also have a disability, but I'm doing my best to overcome it. It's daily at 26.
Don't mind me.
That's actually a pretty economical dream build. One of the car groups I'm in on Facebook, they're swapping in a 2JZ and an F-body Camaro. 2JZ is basically the JDM version of the LS. You could put it in anything, and it will probably beat most people. I want a Honda Civic with a spoon with T66. Oh, well, I know where this is going. Alberto Ocasio, see you later.
Peace.
Why the hell would you TJ swap a Camaro? Because sure. I'm sure people have their reasons. Favorite pickup truck is a red second gen SVT Lightning, and my okay.
You should get the door when it comes.
Well, I know they usually ring the doorbell. What am I saying? My Dodge Charger can do a wheelie and a burnout at the same time. Well, I know that's what that's a reference to. Fun fact, the Motec system exhaust was a mistake on the script. Yeah, I'm fairly certain they were just trying to list a bunch of things that sounded car-y, and Craig just wasn't there to correct any of it. I think that was what he told me in a phone call, that he wasn't there to correct it, basically. I hope to turn my V6 Charger SE into a GT with higher end parts. Go for it. It wasn't supposed to have exhaust in line, I think. Parts being cosmetic bits. Yeah. Wow, I actually caught up with all the chat messages. That's amazing.
Yeah. No one likes you.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I need Nas. Copying.
$1 million.
If you search I need Nas in YouTube, does my little clip show up? It does, and it's only 1.8 thousand views as well. Meme. It's an old meme, but it checks out.
It smells so good. Smell it. Smell the lip gloss.
Okay, it
Put it
smells
on.
good. Please, no.
You would be
Bye, Joshua.
Flavor cream something. Read it. Read it.
Oh, I just went cross-eyed.
Now.
Creme brulee. No, I am not.
Up.
No, absolutely not. I do not granny shift or double clutch. I just break things.
No lie.
My clutch is slipping. It's on its last legs. It actually is.
I think it's because of who's driving it.
I think that is not based on any facts whatsoever. Even though the clutch is basically brand new. I don't money shift. At least I don't do that. Single turtle. Ah! I thought you were putting makeup on my shoulder.
No.
Okay. Please don't play it on stream. He might say personal information, and I don't want that on stream.
Hey, Tony, it's me, Father.
I'd like to reveal to you that you are disappointing as a son. No,
Yeah, I would say that.
well, single turbo, not turtle. Because what, that would be the N54. What engine do you have in your 335?
That's weird.
I almost got a 335 as a first car. Both like one of the later ones, like a 2014, 2015, 2016. Charger RT. Oh, RT. What is it about?
That class. Make sure you're signed up. His voicemail on this is weird.
Okay.
It sounds like one of those I don't know what it is, where you're like
In a car.
kind of, but it's different.
Like he's transmitting from Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like he's talking, but it's really like away from the phone. Like the phone's way over here, and he's all the way over here. Like, hey, Tommy, it is Monday after the.
Oh, he told me what day it was and what time it was.
Yeah. Please tell me he doesn't watch Scream.
I don't think he does.
I'm not making fun of your dad at all.
All
That'd be mean.
I'm finding my place.
Your dad's gonna be like, hey.
Sometimes I bring up an R32 in my garage and people are like, you have a GTR? No, man, I have. Oh, I get it. A Golf R32. Ah! God, that was horrible. What?
Is the food here yet?
I don't know. Is the doorbell rang?
You rang.
You rang. NFSMW uses TVR. Do not. I can see you. Stop it. Oh, good. In the darkness. Need for Speed Most Wanted uses TVR Cerbera. Well, Carbon gets it. Well, they both use the same base and they both use the same engine sound. I don't know. It's from a modulated Cerbera sound, not like a stock one. It's like messed with. I'm gonna blow a lot more before I blow it like the welt on the intake. I've shredded my turbo once already. It's raining outside right now. I'm tempted to drift. Well, where he is, not where we are. My goodness. Would you trade all your earthly possessions to get a legal R34 the way you like it? Well, depends on how much money that's saving me. I don't have many possessions. Not many physical ones. I assume that's what you mean by earthly. If that was the only way to do it, maybe. I just feel like there's... I mean, it would... yeah, the way I want an R34, it is an expensive build. It's like $150,000 or more. Flaming hot beer sponsored by Cheetos. What? Did I miss something? I hope Toyota comes to Need for Speed Heat because it already came to Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, we need the Supra back in Need for Speed. Because I was introduced to the Supra through, well, the Fast and the Furious and also Need for Speed. You want an R34, just move like literally anywhere else. That's true. Yeah, Australia, Canada, the UK, the Netherlands. Friend of mine, colleague, what do you want to call him? BNRK in the Netherlands. He has a good car. Very nice car. It's basically Bayside Blue, but with Mine's livery on it. Livery. Voice cracked. Golf R32s are cool cars. They're definitely desirable. It's funny that they're called all R32s because of the whole R32 GTR thing, but they're still cool. Silvia S15. I love the Silvia S15. I think that's a fun platform. You want a Bayside Blue GTT? Would you dress it up kind of like a GTR, though? To kind of make it a bit more aggressive and stuff, or would you go in a different direction? Because I know one person who's been a follower of the channel for quite some time is dressing up his GTT in the UK as a Millennium Jade Z-Tune style build, but he's keeping the GTT engine. Vic Supra over Brian's or Dom's? Changed my mind. That's an interesting argument. I could see why. It's a completely different aesthetic. I just don't like the way it sounds in the game. You have to like pretty upgrade it a lot before it sounds any good. Borakua car enthusiast. What would you do if you were to dress it up like a GTR? What would you do with it? Well, like, would you still be able to tell it's a GTT then? Or how would you mess with it? Happy Wombat. That sounds like a Star Wars creature. Plan to save up for an Audi S4 B5. Old as gold. Oh, I feel like I know what that is. I feel like that's something that should be obvious. Oh, these things get turned into rocket ships all the time. Someone sent a video of one to me on Instagram that had like 1,000 horsepower, and I was like, good Lord, you can do anything with anything. Eddie's Skyline or Brian's Skyline? I'm going to have to say Brian's Skyline, but that's mainly because of the sound and the body kit. Don't worry, I'm not flipping you guys off. I love C West. The C West body kit is my favorite BNR 34 body kit. And I like the sound of a single turbo RB26. Eddie Skyline is still iconic, obviously. It's a close second, but I'd still probably pick Brian's. I know that's probably a pretty mainstream opinion. Well, last week I bought my first car, a 1997 Toyota Starlet Glanza. Toyota Starlet Glanza. Toyota Starlet. I can't spell. There we go. It auto-filled. Oh. That looks like a proper hot hatch to me. Oh, we've got a picture from one of the Japan auctions here. These look like these were made to be modified, which is Toyota in a nutshell, or at least it used to be. Polyphony's probably hesitant on putting the M3 GTR in GT Sport because the online livery would be filled with to the brim with Need for Speed vinyls. It has been in other games, though, from GT4, I think. It's very rusty. There's a hole in the floor. Now, this is where we reach the limit of my knowledge, because when it comes to rust, I know nothing. I know nothing, Jon Snow, when it comes to rust and repairing rust and preventing it and all that sort of stuff and what you can do about it. Like, if you find a little bit of rust, what can you do? Or is that basically just a write-off on that section of the car? There's a hole in the floor, though. You could get the same type of kind of metal plating or grate that they put in the Mitsubishi Eclipse that fell out. Don't make it fall out, but you could do that. It's kind of like a Fast and Furious reference. Apart from the 350Z you drive at the start of the game, what's an iconic car from Underground 2? Well, the blue Skyline in the tutorial videos with the yellow stripe was always pretty cool. There weren't a whole lot of preset cars in that game to really kind of talk about. I like my cars in that game that I built, but what would be an iconic car from that game? Borku, a car enthusiast. Here's his plan. I would put BBS wheels, keep the GTT wing, put an MFD in the interior, and maybe engine swap to the RB26 or RB30. If you're going to do an engine swap, I would just say get an RB30 block and use 26 heads and sell the RB25 to a guy with an S14 or something that's detailed. And yes, maybe occasionally drift it. That's the only reason why I would get a GTT, because of the rear-wheel drive. I'd drift it. Can I help you? Are you okay? Are you that hungry? Okay. Webster's C6 Corvette is better than Cross's Corvette. Yeah, I kind of agree. I agree. Dion Beckman, I have plans. Lil Manike, your mother hit a deer with her car and she might have to write it off. Well, that sucks. People can't see this, but she's trying to threaten me with a vacuum. No. Was it covered, or is it just a write-off and it's just dead? That sucks. So far, my experience with deer is that they run away from me because my car usually makes gunshot noises when I'm ever near them. And they're like, I don't want to be killed. Caleb's GTO. I don't know. Maybe. I'm looking forward to it. I will get the door.
Yeah, now I know how to do it. Tickle.
You don't know yet. Rye Adam, how's it going? Imposing vacuum. New. That's me. That is me. Bambi having flashbacks. She should be. Heather's putting on gloves. I'm scared.
They're super fuzzy. I'm not gonna kill you with this.
I don't think I said anything about you killing me. So I don't know why you would say that. Not well, that doesn't fill me with loads of confidence. That's the whole point, she says. Oh my goodness. What are some questions I could ask you guys? The whole front end is screwed and the radiator is effed. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Will I do a car history video? Does Heather have a favorite car? Yes, but she doesn't usually talk about it. The Mustang. Just about any Mustang, really. She likes the newer ones. In like Grabber Blue. I like the 2015 or something. Of all my cars, I only have one car. I could do a history of my WRX, but it's not a fascinating history. I wish BMW team made the Need for Speed GTR in real life. I don't think that would ever happen, but it's not impossible. Like, it also depends on how detailed you'd want to go with that. Whether you'd want to take an actual M3 GTR. Do you need help?
No.
Whether you'd take an actual M3 GTR and just put the Need for Speed livery on it, or whether you'd take just another E46 racing chassis and kind of build on top of that. I don't know how much you'd have to care about the.
Food's here.
Okay, Heather, someone's asking where we got the elephant.
Amazon.
Tell them about the elephant while I get the food. Go tell them about the elephant and where you got it. Are you actually going to? Door is not locked. Did she say hi to you guys? Is that what happened? Oh. I feel like Han should have been left out of the F9 trailer. Yeah, it kind of takes away from the twist. That was awkward. She says she got that from Amazon, if you're still curious. I just don't think they should have brought Han back. It's not that I don't like his character. I just don't see why. Like, what's the point? Yo, Tom, my father had a black Nissan 200 SX P14 SER. The guy that sold him his car had an RB26 swap Mustang that he used to drift. He told me that when I unintentionally showed him a video of it. Hello there, General Kenobi. Read my message. Oh, did I miss a message? Do you think the Nissan 350Z model from Tokyo Drift is on sale? What do you mean? You mean the model? Like a model, or like the Veil sidecar? Yeah. How's the crab rangoons?
Not crab.
What did you order? I left her in charge.
This sweet bread thingies.
The car itself, it was for sale at one point.
With sugar on it.
I believe you. Oh, I can smell that sugar. It was for sale at one point, and I believe it had like a full twin turbo kit. Yeah, she's interesting. If you had to choose between putting an LS3 or 1JZ in an RX-7, what would you choose? Oh, I think I'd have to go with the 1JZ. As blasphemous as that is. Yeah, I feel like they already revealed important stuff in the Fast 9 trailer. I guess it's all about marketing and building up hype. I feel like they could have done a little better with that. You know, like they could have hinted at him being alive, or in saying like an old friend wants to speak to you, or an old friend is on his way, and you do like a subtle hint where you have like a video of someone munching, like a silhouette, not a video, a silhouette of someone munching on snacks, like how Han does. Not necessarily be so transparent that there's no stakes or anything like that. I think that's the only issue I really have with those movies. Not the unrealisticness, but just the fact that nothing means anything. My dad is a blue Mark IV GLI. The turbo is currently leaking, so you know it's reliable. Any games I'm hyped for this year? Not any racing games. I don't really pay attention to that. I don't know. I play a lot of old games. Like, I never play a game when it's new. Fast and Furious went way off track. Like, I don't even watch the new one anymore. Yeah, I haven't watched the new movies completely in a long time. The last time I saw one, as I said before, Fast 6 in a movie theater. That was a long time ago. I will see Fast 9 in the movie theater now that I'm kind of paying attention to that more, and just so I have something to talk about. I think the biggest deal at this point will be the 10th one, because that's supposedly going to be the last one. And I get the feeling they're not going to be able to end it. And Craig Lieberman has a video on why Fast and Furious doesn't have street racing as a focus anymore. Yeah, basically, street racing didn't make them money, or at least that was their conclusion, because Tokyo Drift was the least successful film in terms of the box office. How did the player get the M3 GTR in the first place? I don't know. I mean, that's a fantastic question, because that car was never available to the public. The C6R was more available to the public than the M3 GTR. I'd have better chance of going out and buying a C6R than an M3 GTR, a real one, not a replica, not an offshoot, but a real one with a P60 B40. I'd have no chance. That's a fantastic question. What would be cool? Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Yeah, you can steal this. I know you might anyways. You'll probably have to. You just dissolve the studio that made the most recent game kind of decent. You could kind of do a bit of a flashback thing. Kind of the origin story of the M3 GTR. Now that the M3 GTR has become a sort of character at this point, because it came back in Heat. At this point, it's like a character. And so maybe we could have an origin story of maybe like a heist or something, where the car was stolen from a warehouse, and that was how the player got it. The player bought it from whoever stole it, and it could be not long after they beat all the other drivers in Bayview. They could place it somewhere in the timeline there, which would be really cool, because then you could have literally, in the Need for Speed timeline, the first thing it's ever done is take part in a street race. Lemon, I saw your link for the story you wrote, and I'm going to read it. The vacuum in the closet just moved. I think it's alive. Heather's not in here, and it just moved. But Alexis, that is a good question as to how the player got the GTR. My answer really is I don't know. I could come up with theories, but none of them would be correct until EA decided one of them is correct, or maybe they decide all of them are incorrect, and they come up with something I never thought of, which is usually how things go. Evo 10 or Evo 5? I mean, I like the Evo 10. Let me refresh my memory as to what the Evo 5 looks like. Mitsubishi Evo 5. I'd probably take the Evo 10 as a street car, but if I wanted a fun race car, I'd take the Evo 5, if that's a satisfying answer. I played some Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 for the first time. For the first time this Saturday on my OG Xbox. I get why people like the M3 GTR, and the sound is my favorite from Need for Speed, being on par with the R34 stock sound. Yeah, I think a lot of people will relate to you there. Darius's Audi Le Mans Quattro is just an R8 with Le Mans headlights. Yeah. It was basically the concept car. I believe it was the 5-liter Gallardo engine with a couple of turbochargers and some LED headlights. It was a 2003 concept car. So the original version of the R8 had a V10, even if the first iteration of the R8 was the V8. But eventually we then got the 5.2 V10 R8. It'd be cool to put a 5.0 V10 in an R8, though, and build like a Le Mans Quattro replica. That would be so expensive, though. But it would be cool, because you can't drive something like a Le Mans Quattro on the road. Darius's car is technically a prototype. Also, did Razor steal Rog's Mustang from him, prompting him to get a GTO instead? Rog's Mustang was used in the cutscenes. I think that was just a change that they made for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he did steal it, because Rog was considered Blacklist 16 in the original concept of the game and in the trailers and stuff. So maybe Razor did beat him and he lost the pink slip to his car, and then Razor decided, I'm going to use his Mustang now. That would be consistent, because then Razor's theme is taking other people's cars and using them to fuel his own success. So maybe that is it. So maybe he even beat Rog with someone else's car. Alexis, I think that actually is a realistic theory. Had a Nissan GTR and Need for Speed Heat, and then I didn't expect the M3 GTR to come out, and I was like, how did Darius get a concept car? Because Darius is a baller. So that's the interesting thing with Carbon. Between Carbon and Most Wanted, you're dealing with a completely different type of crowd. You're in Most Wanted, forget about it, cuz bruh. I'm going to tell you, bruh. No. In Most Wanted, you're dealing with a lot of these more middle, lower class people, some of them with very nice cars, and usually in their bios, they say they won them or stole them, or they were a graduation present or something. Whereas with Carbon, you've got all these upper class people, really rich, have a lot of money. You're basically trying to take over Beverly Hills or something similar. Whereas in Most Wanted, it's more like the ghetto or Detroit or New York, but not quite so built up. Unless if you're in the center of Rockport. Yeah, I'm thinking of bad examples, but you guys probably know what I'm trying to get at here. When you find your M3 GTR again, oh shit, here we go again. Yeah, that's true. If the M3 from Heat was powered like the M3, we still will have a headache going after it. What's funny is when what's his name, Mercer runs away from us, it sounds like it's powered by at least in the cutscene, it sounds like it's powered by the S54. And then it suddenly has that random V8 engine sound. And I love the comments I get on the Need for Speed M3 GTR video, because people are telling me things like they used interior sound, not exterior sound. The exterior of the GTR in real life sounds like how it does in the game, and I'm just sitting there going, no, it doesn't. If you had been to Rolex Reunion or had footage of the engine on a dyno, you'd know it sounds nothing like the Need for Speed Heat GTR. The P60 P40 has a much higher note than what's in the video game. Alberto Casio, welcome back. Opinion of Most Wanted 2012? Not sure I really want to open Pandora's box with that one. Pandora's box. Most Wanted 2012 is an enjoyable game, but I wouldn't... It's not a game I was able to get invested in, even with all the DLCs. I'm not sure. It's an enjoyable game where you could log in, log off, and not care. But if you want a game that you want to get invested in, I don't know if I'd recommend it. Main character, what's happening? Main character designs the integrity of cars. Cultured cars. What are you talking about here? About a Nova, Porsche 911, and an R32. Oh. You're talking about GTA, it looks like? What will happen is the main character comes into LS and stumbles across illegal racers, decides to butt into a race, and does well against everyone. Then the MC joins the street racing group. Oh, F&F and GTA. You see, I'm missing stuff. I don't know why, guys. What is my favorite car in Most Wanted 2005? Excluding the M3 GTR, because that's the obvious choice. Culture Cars, that sounds like a cool project. Sounds like a tricky project. I assume you have multiple people helping you. Favorite car in Most Wanted 2005? I really enjoy using the Lamborghini Gallardo. It's like the ultimate car I always use. The Evo is also fun to use. I've never used the Carrera GT. When I used to use it as a kid, I didn't like it. I was always disappointed with its handling for some reason. I don't know if it would be as bad as I thought it would be. Because when I finished playing Carbon, by the way. Expect the last 2 episodes this week to be uploaded. But like, for instance, in Carbon, I remembered the Aston Martin DB9 having horrible handling. And when I played it in this playthrough, it was nowhere near as bad as I remembered. So maybe I should give the Carrera GT a try. But my answer, I think, is the Gallardo. At least each GTR has a BMW. It says my connection's unstable. Can you guys hear me? Well, I've used the Carrera GT, but that was like more than 10 years ago on the GameCube. So I don't know if that counts. How have you never used the Carrera? Webster has the most accurate bio to go with his car, being a massive gearhead with a C6 Vet. Yeah, I remember when I did my first Most Wanted playthrough, when I got to him and I read his bio, I was like, this kind of sounds like me. He sounded like the most ordinary guy that just wanted to be there to race. He didn't sound like he was trying to cause stuff. You want to meet Anna's... Is their first name the same as the first name as her character? Anna Marte? In real life? I didn't... GameCube version was the best. Me and my friends used to play the GameCube version a lot. I wish split screen... Ew. I wish the split screen version was... Split screen was still a thing in racing games. I wish we didn't all have to have our own copy of a game to play together. Because that makes it harder for people to enjoy it with you, which I think is One of the main reasons why a lot of video games are so successful is you can do it with your friends. People should start making split screen mods for the modern Need for Speed games. I'm sure it would make it run like total garbage, but Corvette C6, aka burnout machine, while pressing gas only. I like the C6. How much do they go for these days? It's only in Forza Motorsport? I didn't think it was in any games. How much does a C6 go for these days? Like even just the Stingray. I'm on Auto Trader right now. I'll narrate what I'm doing. Chevrolet Corvette. I'll just do a random zip code. It's not even my zip code. And we'll do transmission. We want a manual. We'll just go with that. And we'll have it be, okay. Yeah, 8-cylinder, duh. Body style, we're going to have it be a coupe or a coupe, depending on where you're from. And we'll do the lowest price, and we'll see what we got. We've got a C5 Z06 for $17,000. I could trade in my WRX for that, possibly. Got a C6 for $34,000, and Kelly's Blue Book says that's a good price. You got what looks like a C4 or a C3 going for $4,000. Another one for $5,000. Got a C7 Stingray Coupe going for $42,000. The Corvette's a neat car. I didn't realize its main rival was the Viper. Apparently, some people say that's who its rival is. I wasn't, because I thought it was interesting because I wasn't sure who the Vet's rival really was. The Cybertruck. Still a pretty penny. Yeah, it's not cheap. I think I'd still rather get a 5th gen Camaro though. And just mess with that if I was going to do that. Or get a 15 Mustang. Or a GT350. But GT350s are very expensive. It is kind of a massive chunk of muscle that doesn't go forward in Most Wanted in 2005. The C6 is a bit clunky, but the C6R is overpowered. Outrageously overpowered. Do I like the Acura NSX? Of course I do. Why would... I do like the Acura NSX. I like it a lot. Get a fastback and RB swap it. Well, I don't know if I would do that. Live stream of the Guide to the Multiverse on the far future. I'm Star Wars nerds. Just a car guy, by the way. Guide to the Multiverse. I'm gonna... That's my other channel that I'm running alongside this one that has nothing to do with cars or video games or anything. It's all about comics and movies and Star Wars and stuff. It's basically the nerd channel, so I don't have to upload that stuff on this channel. And it's funny because I'm having to basically build that channel from the ground up, just like how I did with this one. And so that will take a while. Yeah, I like the Acura NSX. Oh, I answered that already. What? ATSV or CTSV? I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. I am not cultured. TSV. ATSV. Okay. I don't know the difference from just looking at it. What is the difference? Have I watched a new Sonic movie yet? No. No. I don't know if it's worth watching. I always get really hesitant with video game movies. Will I ever do concept cars? Probably. John Doe. Were you recently murdered and unidentified? Hey, man, love from the land down under. Oh, cool. Dude, what time is it there? That's got to be a completely different time zone. "12:45 p.m. Damn. Can you pronounce my name? 90% of people can't. I'm confused. K-Star 11 for the win 100? I somehow think that's not what you're talking about. It's lunchtime Tuesday. It's lunchtime Tuesday. That's not quite what I meant. But, okay. Jim Carrey plays a perfect villain in the Sonic movie. Okay, I mean, everyone's talking about it. Get an S15 and 2JZ, swap it. Okay, well, and become Adam LZ. But I've been responding to all of the comments saying I'm not going to put myself in the same position as him. That would be really strange if I then suddenly did that. Because everyone's like, you're just jealous and you're a hater and this, that, and it's like, I don't really want to be in his position. So how can I be jealous of something I don't want? Or envious. I guess envy is the better word. I used to watch his videos a long time ago. Snitches get stitches. Copy paste response. Yeah. I used to watch Adam LZ a long time ago. I didn't realize he had that many cars now. And then because then after I made that video, I did a lot of research on his channel just to see what was going on. And a lot has happened since the last time I watched this video. Because the last time I watched a video by him, I think it was like 5 years ago. So I didn't realize that him and Nicole weren't a thing. I don't even know what the story is. That definitely isn't my business. So yeah, he's got a lot of cars though. It's crazy. It was an old account I made back in high school. Why not GM straight six swap an S14? Something way different. Hey, honestly, that would be something I would consider. I like really wacky things that no one has ever thought of. Because watch JR go LS swap a Rolls Royce? That's pretty cool. His Mark V Supra. Mark V Supras are a neat tuning platform. Unfortunately, they're not going to get properly accepted for a while, if they ever do. Customs was looking for an R34. Any tips for an SR20 build you can share? In the works of doing a head rebuild to suit the programs I bought. Got a Type X 180X. Ooh. That's really cool. How did you... Oh, no, obviously you're in Australia. I almost asked, how did you get that imported? I suppose you probably still imported it, but... What are the goals for the car? What are you planning on doing with the 180? Where are you from, K-Star? Because my best guess would be Corundage or something like that. Like with the H being silent. Corundage or Corundage. Favorite sedan excluding Evo or WRX? Ooh. Yeah, I have to think now. You're making me think. Ooh, I know. That Jaguar. Oh, what is it called? The Project 8. The Jaguar Project 8. That's a pretty badass car. All right. I think in about 10 minutes, by the way, just a heads up to everybody, I will be signing off. So get your questions in now so that I don't miss them right as I end the stream. Because I am hungry. You're right. You're part of the 10% of people who are normal. You're from Trinidad. It's a place in the Caribbean. Awesome. Man, you guys are from such interesting places. I was just born in Texas. Yeah, it's important. I found a Jap sushi bar receipt in the Wiser. Oh, that's cool. You found a sushi bar receipt. The plan is to eventually track it, and it's a daily at the moment. That'd be really cool. So you don't necessarily have a high horsepower goal. You just want to make it respectable and fun to drive. Favorite American car pre-2000? Let me think. Ow, I just punched my desk. Favorite American car pre-2000s. There's still a lot of choices. There's more choices for that time period than there is now. I'm going to say, because I can't find it, I'm going to go with Ford Mustang, 1969, 429 Boss. I think that's what I would go with. If you had $50K, what car would you buy? Ooh, okay, $50K. What car would I buy? That's not quite enough for an R34 GTR, and it's not enough to cover an M3 GTR build, but I could get an R32. R32, so here's what I would do. 50K, R32 GTR. I do a full Mines exhaust system, Mines front pipe, titanium, and a Mines catback. Do some simple HKS twin turbos, probably upgrade the fuel system just a little bit. And if I have enough money, do a HKS step 2 stroker kit and aim for about 500 wheel horsepower. And whatever money's left, spend on drivetrain, suspension, and things like that, brakes, if I have any left, and have that be kind of the build. I don't know how much any of that would cost off the top of my head. That would cover it pretty quick. But something like that, an R32 GTR build would be cool. 2JZ swap a Mark V Supra. I think that would be really cool. 2J swapping anything is cool, to be honest. I think that's always fun. John Doe, but mind you, our import rules are changing. They are going the way the states are. Now I know horsepower goes, but it's light AF, no rear seats, no front or back bars, fiberglass kit. Cool. I think that sounds like a fun little go-kart. That sounds like a fun, much simpler build than any of the ideas I have. So you're gonna enjoy it sooner than me. Last question. I love the Caribbean. I love the climate of Puerto Rico lately. I'm thinking I'm going to look for a 2005 or 2006 Corolla XRS. 2005 Corolla XRS. What does that look like? Where are the images? I put 20,005. Okay, you're looking for one of those. And where is it? Where's the question? As your daily. Toyotas are fairly indestructible. It's hard to go wrong with a Corolla. Heather has a Camry, and it's a 2008. 2005 or 2006 would be pretty good. Fox Life. I saw Adam LZ. I feel like you're trying to be the Keemstar. I don't even know who that is. The video about Adam LZ was pointless. Well, I don't think it was pointless. People interpreted that video as jealousy and hate and trying to stir drama. I knew it was going to rattle some cages. And it was a video meant to educate people at the expense of Adam. But it's a video about doing stuff legally and correctly. And he just happens to be an example of someone who didn't do that. And that's on him. And he's high profile. And plus, he admitted in a live stream. That some of his cars aren't legal. And plus, I have the VIN for his car, which I wasn't expecting to get access to. A viewer said that to me. I have plenty of information. given what I do on this channel and what I cover, which is information and the importation of JDM vehicles, how could I not make a video about it? And why would I just don't see why I would censor his name. I mean, some people might say it would be out of respect for him, but I feel like that's unnecessary and kind of weird. I try to be fairly transparent when it comes to being informative. So I don't censor things. I just say it how it is. I'm not calling anyone out or trying to be rude, but you play these games and these are the prizes you get. I'm sure he was aware of the potential consequences, being the position he's in and the fan base he has, the amount of people he has that follows him, the following he has. Because I've only ever made one video like that. It's not like I'm trying to become a person that starts stuff. I'm probably not going to make videos like that very often. Nice rotor goods. I've run a lot of high class Euros and they get mad when a beater like mine pulls on them. Yeah, you can, it doesn't take much to beat nice cars. Let me tell you. Ever wanted to kill a Frenchman who knows the whereabouts of another guy who lives on what? Craffox, you're from Pakistan. Man, you guys are from all over the place. I mean, you're listing places I haven't lived in. I've lived overseas and done all sorts of international moves, but there's still a lot of room left in the world. Fox Life, you don't need to keep saying that. You're not really contributing anything to YouTube or the world. I'll just hide you. That way you don't upset anybody. Let's see. Do you know who Crew? Of course I know who Crew HS is. Because someone challenged me to try and beat Razor in a VW Golf. And I'm like, I know what that's a reference to. I recently discovered him, like in near the end of 2019. And he has a good hustle. He streams all the time from the looks of things. Favorite Japanese drift car? Ooh. That's a fantastic question. If I were to build a drift car, I would genuinely be tempted to use a GTT, an R34 GTT. Dress it up like a GTR a little bit, maybe make it look like a Nismo Z2, and make that into a drift car. I think that would be so cool. Silly question, but I'm keen to get my hands on an Impala. Know any local places selling or running one for below 10K? If you could help out, I got shipping covered. What year Impala? 1963 to 1964. You've literally already answered that. For under 10K running. Well, that might take some research. Chevy Impala. We were already looking at Chevys earlier. We are nearing the end of the stream, but obviously I have the freedom to end this whenever I like, so I will just quickly take a look at this because I remember the 1963 to 1964 being a big deal at one point. Though Auto Trader won't. I'd have to do some research because I can't go past 1980 for some reason. Below 10K, how much do they usually cost in Australia? Do they even exist in Australia? I should ask that. What's for dinner? We ordered Chinese, John Doe. We just ordered Chinese food. Americanized Chinese food. It was a reference to Rush Hour 3. Okay. I had a feeling it was a reference, but I didn't read out the address just in case because I wasn't sure, like, are we calling a hit on somebody? Do I need to put the word out and say there's a $2,000 prize for some French guy? When is the next stream? I don't know. If you guys want me to do more streams, I can. This was a last-minute idea. I decided to do this just earlier today and thought it might be cool. This honestly turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So that's pretty cool. Got a site, autos, and they want at least 35K plus. Wow. I could try and do one tomorrow. Maybe, yeah. Keep an eye on the community page, community tab, so that you know, because I give you guys like 3 hours in advance warning. But yeah, any questions that I haven't gotten yet? Anything that I missed? Anything at all? Before I go and get food. I know you guys are here. It's telling me how many of you there are, but it's weirdly quiet. I need to play a cricket sound effect. Is she going to step on the plug again? No, she's downstairs enjoying food. She's not going to bother me now that I finally got her what she wanted. The next stream is a gaming one. I don't know. I'm probably the only gaming streams I ever do are on Twitch. So if you want to catch my gaming streams, they're not always going to be car streams, but if you want to catch a gaming stream, you can check out my Twitch. Shameless self-promotion incoming. Fair warning. Boop. I've been to Australia before, and I wanted to find the car scene, but I didn't have really the time because I was mainly just there for New Year's a long time ago. I'd love to come back and actually experience the car scene down there. I think that'd be really cool because you guys make some wild stuff. So yeah, well, thank you all for watching today's stream and participating and chatting. This went a lot better than I thought it would. So take it easy, everybody. You're all awesome. I should be more famous. Well, if that's true, it'll happen. Otherwise, Heather's saying she ate my food. She better not have. Otherwise, I swear to God. All right. Go to Summernats, which you may have seen, Cleese McFarland. I don't follow him as much as some people might think, but I will definitely take a look at some of the stuff he's doing recently because everyone's talking about him. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy. Keep it crazy. You guys are awesome. Peace.